boys.
Yeah.
What you got for me? Nick, what are you going to play this time? Because are we going to get fucking knocked out by YouTube? We've been, viewers, you may not know this, but we get shut down by YouTube for some of the music choices that Michael and Jordan make. None of mine, I would add. What you got for us, Nick? Well, hit a button. Yeah, we'll never get popped for this one. All right, then.
Right.
Michael Farmer's in.
So, our little segue today
Called Tweak My Twink.
is...
Go on, Mike. Don't let him get you down.
What motivates you? Why do you keep coming to the gym? What motivates you to succeed or not succeed? I'm going to put this to Jord.
Go on, then. What motivates you, George?
Me?
Yeah.
Saturday.
For the boys, isn't it?
I'm joking. I think...
I didn't get that.
No.
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday with the boys and all that, and it's just
the weekend.
Sort of
eh?
the end of
Oh,
the
right.
week. So, wasn't very funny the first time.
It's worse now.
What motivates me? Very good question. One that's very difficult to answer, as you can tell.
What motivated you when you first got into the sport?
I don't think I was necessarily motivated when I started weightlifting. It was more a process that I just followed because I was told to go to the gym, and
Oh, whoa. Who told you?
I was advised.
Who by?
Well, it wasn't, like, oh, my name's Jordan, I'm going to start training. It was like, you offered.
There's an offer? That's not a tell.
I took it.
So you were
the
offered
offer.
an opportunity and you took an opportunity.
I was offered an opportunity to spend a bit of time with my uncle. Meet my uncle for the first time.
Right. This is quite important.
Yeah.
I'm Jordan's uncle. You may not know this.
Yeah.
And I didn't meet him until probably 10.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell that story.
No.
Right? But I met him late in life. I'd seen him when he was a child, of course, but fucking hell, I wasn't interested in Jordan. I remember saying to his father, my value and worth will come about when the boy's of age. And fuck me, is it true?
Yeah.
So we hadn't met much, had we? Maybe we'd met 5 times in your life by the time you were 10.
Yeah, sure.
I can't imagine it was more than that.
No.
If your mum or dad wants to correct me, I'll happily
Well,
correct that. But
you were just known in the family as the mad uncle that, Dad called you Mr. Ben, didn't he? So it was just like,
yeah, Mr. Ben.
it was like, I wonder what my uncle's doing as a career choice now, and then we put the telly on and you'd be on QVC or,
All sorts.
or we'd go to your restaurant or whatever, but it would be very infrequent. Yeah. And then it came a point where I think we went over yours on around Christmas time, and spent a few evenings with you, and then on my 12th birthday you bought me a kettlebell.
Fucking great present.
And we started doing kettlebells together.
Yeah, what was it? 12 kilo?
12 kilo kettlebell, and
Nice.
we do I remember it.
It was a blue one.
Yeah, it was a blue kettlebell.
Where is it?
I think Tom Ireland might have it.
Fucking Tom Ireland life. He's got my 28, haven't he?
Yeah, he actually carried that on the train to Bath. But yeah, you'd come over and we'd do a 10-minute long cycle on a clean and jerk, and then we'd do a 5-minute snatch cycle, and it'd be brilliant. And then we do some box jumps in the back garden, and we do bits and bobs, and then you would literally drive down maybe 3 times a week, and we would do things like that, and we would do
Fucking hell.
we do snatch, clean and jerk with a barbell in my garage.
Yeah.
And we'd also do a bit of boxing, or like, on the punch bag. We did random shit that, just got me active. And then slowly it would be a case of of me coming down to the gym and training with you on a Friday and staying over and doing a Saturday. And that's basically just how it started, and it escalated to Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and just became a habit, a part of the routine. And I'd have phases growing up where I would do that all the time, and then phases where I'd drop out for a few months and then come back in. But it was, I'm not sure. I can't put it down to motivation because I wasn't driven then to do weightlifting or to be competitive or even to be fit and active. I just, for whatever reason, decided to do it, up to a point where we started competing, and then you're sort of motivated by that feeling of success and that feeling of growth. I think progress is such a motivating feeling in itself. You know, to get better and feel like you're improving on something is a very, it's, you know, it's addictive, and you want, you know, there's obviously a hormonal release in that, and you want to feel that way a lot. And back then, when that's the beauty of weightlifting and anything you do, is when you start doing it, if you're consistent, you're going to get better. And then that feeling of getting better, you become addicted to. And as it gets harder, you know, by which point you're already in it and you're doing it. But back then, you know, you're 13 years old, you start doing something enough and you're getting better, and that was a great feeling. It was also just great to get to know you, you know, because I suppose as an outsider in the family, I'm not calling you the outsider of the family, but
I'm in the fucking center.
But we didn't know each other, or I certainly didn't know you beyond, you know, your career choices and whatever, but just to get to know what you're about, and you know, it's just little memories you have of like getting up in the morning. I'd never woken up at 5:30 before. I started doing that with you, and that was just fucking mental. And you'd be like, Jord, I've run a bath, and this would be at 5:30 in the morning. He'd wake me up and say, there's a bath run for you. And I remember little weird things you remember, like dipping your foot in the bath and being like, this is the most scorching bath. I swear you've done it purposefully. It would be the hottest bath you've ever experienced, and I'd think, I can't get in this. Sometimes I wouldn't get in a bath, for fuck's sake. I'd just be like sat outside the bath, you know, and you'd have this bath early doors in the morning, and then it would be an icy day in the tranche, and you'd be telling me about how to drive in ice and things like that. Well, that's things you don't think about when you're 13. You'd say a low gear and don't brake. I remember those things.
There you go.
Yeah, I've gone on a weird tangent here, but it's very nostalgic and it's
It
very
is very
enjoyable.
nostalgic. And do you know what? It leads us to. We'll come back to that maybe. I don't know if we're going to fucking think. But it comes to, like, I've written down, it's our 10 years of willpower this year. In fact, it's 10 years in April that the gym will have been here, and those early memories that you have, I've no recollection of running you a bath at all. I have no fucking recall of whatever the fuck he's just telling me. I just forgot all about it. But we've been here for 10 years. And in 10 years, I cannot list everything that we've achieved because it's too much to recall in my vodka-drunk brain. But that, for you, you know, 12 years old, 13 years old, 9 years ago, that's what creates something. You've got to be crazy enough to fucking do something. And weightlifting's a crazy sport. You can't be normal to be a weightlifter, to want to fucking do it every single day. And something's going to get you out of bed to go to the gym, or it's going to get you from work into the gym. Every single day, you've got to fucking turn up and do the fucking training. And the training is difficult. The training is arduous. Your body's going to be sore, absolutely. And here, I feel it's crazy enough to make it fucking... It's a distraction. The craziness allows you to distract yourself long enough to do the training and then look at and absorb all the fucking crazy shit that fucking happens here.
Yeah, you'd almost say, without underplaying the training aspect of it, the training feels like a result or secondary to the fact that you're not traveling here to train per se. You're traveling here because you've always traveled here and because you want to see the people that you see every day.
Right.
And the training is secondary to that.
I think that's the motivation.
And
Yeah.
right. So
That's
the
what-
motivation changes over time.
Yeah.
Right? You come here because you have a goal. That's what you think. And we use weightlifting as the sort of attraction. People come here to do weightlifting, and then all of a sudden they get into willpower, and it's like, fuck, this place is crazy. And I'm doing training on the side. It's like, fucking, this is enjoyable.
Yeah.
And it just got crazier and fucking crazier. Ironically, I feel I've mellowed out over the years?
Yeah.
Anyone? Captain, do you think I mellowed?
Yes.
Am I less crazy now than when you met me?
No.
Oh, right. Okay,
You
so
are mellowed, though.
You've
yes.
so
mellowed
I'm
in
more
many-
crazy, but I'm mellower crazy.
You've mellowed in many ways, but craziness, I don't think is.
Michael, so we'll do two things. We'll do your motivation,
Yeah.
but also, your memories of your time here, your first time here.
Yeah, my first time here. I went on the second platform, and you just said, get warm. I was getting warm for about an hour as you were doing other things, coaching, etc. Didn't really matter that much. And then all you said to me was, right, load up 60k. I was like, oh, right, cool. I'm going to do some lifting. I'm going to lift heavy because 60 was quite heavy back then. And all you made me do is pause at the knee. Yeah. And the whole gym was watching me pause at the knee.
Whole gym.
The whole gym. Shaking like a shitting dog.
Not Suki.
Not Suki. Twink.
Twink dog. A fucking Bichon.
Michael, why are you shaking? Why are you shaking?
Yeah.
I don't know, Justin. It's like, that. It's like, what? That's why you can't lift. Instantly we discovered, right, well, I've got no posterior chain, I've got no positional strength, and that's my limiting factor. Bang. There's about a year's worth of coaching done in about 10 minutes. Just by one exercise and one demonstration to me. And that really resonated with me, was a physical representation of what was limiting me, rather than some very complicated sports science crap or technique, whatever. It's like, oh, I'm weak here. That's why I can't lift anymore. Great.
Yep.
And that stuck with me, that you as a coach, because I don't think you were coaching me then. I just popped up for the day, for a bit of advice, which is very kind of you.
Very kind person.
And that's what I just thought. Wow, this man I don't know very well, but he's invited me to his gym. The only person who would speak to me at a competition way back when. He can see stuff that other people can't see, and he resonates with me, and it all makes sense. So I'm like, well, I should be coached by him. It was just a logical.
So how long
explanation.
before you came in to be an athlete here was that first? Because I don't remember that time at all. my viewer, you may. I'm fucking 50 this year. My memory's failing me. Go on, Mike.
So I did a Welsh schools in about February time.
Yeah.
When we first met.
Where we first met.
Yeah.
And Jordan was naked.
Yeah.
Blah, blah.
We've done bollock weighing in naked, haven't we?
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
Go back and look.
Bollock weight of the red brick. Yeah.
And then I went to GB with Malta in May.
Yeah.
Which is when my birthday is.
Happy birthday. Don't know why we're doing that now.
I don't know. That seemed apt. And then I came to you. You started coaching me just after I went to Europeans in September, just before we went to Malaysia in late October.
I thought I coached you before before the Europeans. Yeah.
Oh, it was very close to the Europeans.
Yeah, because you came in broken down, weren't you? You were like a fucking racehorse with fucking blistering. You were broken down. You were breaking a lot.
I was lost. I was getting injured.
Yeah.
All of my GPP, if you'd call it that, through CrossFit seemed to run out. It was all of a sudden, oh, he snatches 85k. He's the best thing since sliced bread, as people in the CrossFit community were saying, because I was young, and that's what most men could snatch, was about 80, 85. So in my eyes then, I was very impressive. And it was very humbling then to look at sort of the start list for Europeans, and they're lifting loads more. And it's like, right, that's put me in my place. How will I progress? And I don't feel like I could have progressed just doing GPP. It was time to be weightlifting specific. Let's drop out the CrossFit. Let's do weightlifting. And my logical thought was, well, I need a weightlifting coach. And there's a very kind man, not too far from where I live. And he's the most logical source. And I think that's how it sort of kicked off.
Yeah. And I remember your dad coming in and saying to me, he came into the office, and I remember that conversation well. And he said, will you? I said, I will. And that was it. We've been together ever since. 16 years old. So you found it because you were hungry for the success.
Yeah.
This one just wanted a relationship with somebody else. God bless.
Not
A family member. Well, sort of true. Captain, tell us about your first trips to the Willpower.
My first trips to the Willpower were completely on my own,
Yeah.
weren't they? For a long time, probably about.
So why did you come here? What were you doing? Who were you?
I didn't know. I don't know why I came here. I came here. Yeah, but I came here because of CrossFit to do weightlifting, but no confidence at all. But I wouldn't
Why
say
did you
anything-
what was it about the weightlifting part of your CrossFit training that you thought I'd like the weightlifting
I
bit?
just enjoyed that more than the rest of
Right.
it. So that's why I came here. Livia brought me here,
Thanks, Liv.
but it is to do with weightlifting now, but at the time I think it was more to do with me and my confidence, which is what this place has brought me. So these guys, it was weightlifting. I don't even think it was weightlifting to start with, was it?
Right.
Yeah. And I
But
think it's
something gets you to write the message, doesn't it? Something takes you from, okay, I like the weightlifting part. And yeah, we're local. So there was a proximity. You were training in the other place over there. And then you say, I'll try this here.
and it gave me confidence. That's what I liked.
So I remember you used to turn up like about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon when no one was in the gym.
just me and you.
Just me and you. And for
you on your chair.
me on my chair, I'd just pull up my chair and then we'd go through it.
Yeah.
We'd
for a
have
long
to
time.
be very careful with the colours,
Yeah,
wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Any change in the colours would sort of disrupt, and the fucking Beowulf would run to the hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it only took me being ill, didn't it, for me to come in the evenings then,
Yeah.
which was the best thing I ever did,
Yeah.
which I didn't realise before. And now, well, yeah, that's my motivation, just coming here. These lot, the girls.
And the family,
are.
isn't it? It's that
Yeah,
like
it
like
is.
we now have a close family here, which is mature, but it wasn't. You know, back in the days. So you know more. So you and I started here like day one, literally together, didn't we?
Yeah.
You knowing fuck all, and me knowing just a bit more than fuck all, right? I'm not lying. Like that's a fucking truism. You know, I had belief in what we could do, but we were working it out as we went along, and that was the way we started it, or the way I started it. And we had our band of merry men here and women, and we just put somewhere on the we're a social enterprise. You probably don't know this, but we are a social enterprise, non-profit. And on the social enterprise thing, when you set a social enterprise up, you must put down your reason for being a social enterprise. And I think it was to bring the sport of weightlifting to the community of Pontypool or Torvine or whatever I wrote on it. And that I wouldn't change that now because it's completely true. And the umbrella's just got bigger. You know, we've just been able to reach more people because of things like
the
this
same
and
10
whatever it
years
is. But
on.
it's the same thing. We want to bring weightlifting to people who are interested in weightlifting. And now when you apply for your membership and you come and train here, you are joining something that is that has gravity and it has history and it has all of the things that we've achieved over the years. So it is something, but then it wasn't anything. You know, at the early days, we hadn't done fuck all. We hadn't done any weightlifting. We hadn't done any training. We haven't been to competitions. We had to learn on the job, as it were, every single time. And, you know, you met us, Mike, in 2015,
15,
16, something like that. So you saw us after 3 or so years, and we learned a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so we'd been to competitions. You know, you were there. I think Josh McCarthy was at that competition as well. Josh, if you ever listen to this, you know, Josh was one of those fucking behemoths, wasn't he? He was
Brilliant.
like a year older than you, I think.
2 years older.
Right. He was just a little bit older.
Looked about a decade older. Wasn't
He looked like he was 50 when he was fucking 16. He had fucking Neanderthal growth everywhere. He'd back squatted 200.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? That
I
was
remember
like
that being
that was
so
like
big.
fuck. He's back squatted 200, and Josh was 16 years old, and he was just a fucking gorilla, wasn't he? A great boy, and he was a great training partner, and just a fucking lovely kid. And so we were drawing in people like that, and it was a very, those early times are seminal for where the direction's going. And so we were attracting more weightlifters, and we were going to competitions, and then we pick up Mike, we pick up Rod, and we start on our way. And those, the part 2 of this, viewer, I've got part 1 written down on my sheet here. We're going to do next time, we're going to try to give you a sort of history of the decade that we've been here. And if you've been a member of Willpower and you have an insight or a memory or a story or something that really sort of exemplifies why you trained here for a week, a year, or more, send it to us or contact me personally, because you'll probably have my number. And I'd like you to send it in so we can discuss it and share these memories in this decade of us being here, because everybody will have something either that I've said that may not be repeatable, mark you, or that you've experienced here, and we'd like to share it in the next one of these, which will be part 2 of the sort of 10-year anniversary that we'll record, sometime in April to be released on the 1st of May, which ironically will be at the same time as the Willpower competition. Right? There we are. I've rounded that circle. All right, I'm done. You done?
Yeah.
Right, we know why we're training. Because we want to go to fucking international competitions. And we know why we're here, because it's fucking Willpower and we love it. Thank you very much, Michael.
Thank you.
Good training week. Geordie, well done. We'll see you on the calories next time.
Yeah, see you in a bit.
The captain will have fucking earned some shillings because she'll have cut some hair. And no doubt I will have bought some vodka that is from either Poland or Latvia. We'll see you next time on the Willpower Weightlifting Podcast. Good night.